vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balaba Girivanidhari Yashoyanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoyanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajakacharya Astottara Srimad ISKCON founder Acharya His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Syamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Brajabhumi Shri Vrindavandam ki Shri Mayapur ki Purushotta Kshetra Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Gangamai ki Jamunamai ki Bhakti Devi ki Tulsi Maharani ki Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the Assembled Devotees. All glories to the Assembled Devotees. All glories to the Assembled Devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskricha Naram cha eva narottamam Devim Sarasvati Vyasa Tator Jayamudirayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhideshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, text 23, verse number 3. Devahūti's lamentation. Visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodiyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat. Visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat. Visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat. Visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat. Ladies. Visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattā udyatā sham tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat. Visṛjya kāmaṁ lobham ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodiyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat. Anyone else can try? Visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat visṛjya kāmaṁ dambhaṁ ca dveṣaṁ lobham agham apramattodyatā nityam tejīyāṁsam atoṣayat visṛjya, giving up, kāmaṁ, lust, dambham, pride, cha, and dveṣaṁ, envy, lobham, greed, agham, sinful activities, madam, vanity, apramattā, sane, udyatā, laboring diligently, nityam, always, tejīyāṁsam, her very powerful husband, atoṣayat, she pleased. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Working sanely and diligently, she pleased her very powerful husband, giving up all lust, pride, envy, greed, sinful activities, and vanity. Here are some of the qualities of a great husband's great wife. Kardama Muni is great by spiritual qualification. Such a husband is called tejīyāṁsam, most powerful. Although a wife may be equal to her husband in advancement in spiritual consciousness, she should not be vainly proud. Sometimes it happens that the wife comes from a very rich family, as did Devahūti, the daughter of Emperor Svāyambhuva Manu. She could have been very proud of her parentage, but that is forbidden. The wife should not be proud of her parental position. She must always be submissive to the husband and must give up all vanity. As soon as the wife becomes proud of her parentage, her pride creates great misunderstanding between the husband and wife, and their nuptial life is ruined. Devahūti was very careful about that, and therefore it is said here that she gave up pride completely. Devahūti was not unfaithful. The most sinful activity for a wife is to accept another husband or another lover. Cāṇakya Paṇḍita has described 4 kinds of enemies at home. If the father is in debt, he is considered to be an enemy. If the mother has selected another husband in the presence of her grown-up children, she is considered to be an enemy. If a wife does not live well with her husband but deals very roughly, then she is an enemy. And if a son is a fool, he is also an enemy. In family life, father, mother, wife, and children are assets. But if the wife or mother accepts another husband in the presence of her husband or son, then according to Vedic civilization, she is considered an enemy. A chaste and faithful wife must not practice adultery, that is a greatly sinful act. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyana Gyana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Gena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna. So, this verse is describing the qualities of a chaste wife, Devahūti, who's of course highly qualified. She is the daughter of Svāyambhuva Manu, who is the emperor of not just this planet, but all the various areas in the Bhumandala, which is the middle planets. So although she's highly qualified and she marries Kardama Muni, of course he is also a highly qualified Brahmin who had performed great austerities and who was approached even by Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma that they needed to populate the world with good progeny. And of course, Devahūti, being a pure wife, Cāṇakya Paṇḍita is quoted here. He also says that Strinam Rupam Pativratam, that the beauty of a woman is her vow of chastity to the husband. So Prabhupada quotes Cāṇakya Paṇḍita quite a bit. It also mentions here the four kinds of enemies: the husband who's in debt, the mother who commits adultery or who accepts another husband while she has her grown-up children present, a wife who deals very roughly, she's also an enemy, and the son who is not a devotee of Vishnu is also considered an enemy. So as one develops Krishna consciousness, we see that we lose these anarthas. Here it said that she pleased her very powerful husband, giving up kāmaṁ, dambhaṁ, dveṣaṁ, envy, lobha, greed, and in basically sinful activities and vanity. So Krishna describes also in the 16th chapter that qualities of a demon, dambho darpo bhimanascha krodha purushamevacha agyana chabhijatasya partha sampadim asurim, that the qualities of the demons are arrogance, dambho, false pride, darpo, abhimanas, conceit, krodha, anger, parusham, harshness, very harsh. So here, if the wife treats the husband harshly or roughly, then it's all to describe that the husband can go to the forest and take sannyas or vanaprastha. So the wife is also described as a boat which can carry one, help one cross this ocean, this dangerous ocean. Prabhupada says we're living in this material world full of the modes of nature, and it's like an ocean. And he quotes the verse from the 10th canto, Samashritaye padapalava plavam mahatpanam punya yasho morari. Bhuvam vatsa param param padam param param yad vipadam natesham. That step by step in this world, there's so many types of dangers, so many kinds of predatorial sharks in the water. Jadabhart also speaks to Maharaj Rahugana about the forest of material enjoyment. And in there, even one who thinks that his wife and children are, his infallible soldiers, It's described that they're just like jackals and foxes. Father, give me this. Father, give me that. And the wife is in the day, Dina Kadakani, Rat Kabagini. In the day, she's compared to a tiger, a witch, and she takes his money, she goes shopping, and the man is working like a donkey, simply to support this griha medi life. Yan maitunadi griha medi sukami tucham, trying to enjoy the sense gratification of the material world. He becomes mesmerized by the beauty of a woman. So throughout the Bhagavatam, this theme is going on. But it's also described in the story of Gajendra that he was not in a good situation. He was fighting with the crocodile, and for 1,000 years, celestial years, he's fighting, becoming weaker and weaker. So his position of strength is on the land, but he unfortunately was in the water. And so what did he do? He took shelter of Krishna. So that is the solution to all our problems. Atosi me sakha cheti, bhaktosi me sakha cheti. The Krishna tells Arjuna, you're very dear to me. You're my devotee. You are my friend. So devotee and Krishna have this relationship. Yomam pashyati sarvasya sarvam chamai pashyati. He who sees me and everything in me, sachame na pranashati. He's never lost to me, nor am I ever lost to him. So Krishna is asking us, you become my devotee, and then I will give you all protection. Machita sarva durgani. I will remove all the obstacles in your life. Why not try it? Give it a try, you know. Unfortunately, in this age we live in, it is covered by the modes of passion and ignorance. It is covered by demoniac influence. Forgetfulness of God is very, very dangerous. And so we see so much chaos in the world today. So many people suffering. The social fabric is very degraded. People get married based on just bodily attraction, as Prabhupada says in Kali Yuga, just bodily attraction. Kono artam trishnam visṛjya prane byopi itsitaha yat krineti ashbi preshtais taskaro sevako vanik. Prahlad Maharaj tells his school friends, money, money, sweeter than honey. Kono arta trishnam, more important than pranebhyo, than my very life here. It's more important than that. If I get money, I can enjoy more and more sense gratification. I can enjoy fame, popularity like this. Yat krinati ashabi preshtais, taskaro sevako vanik. One will risk his life. Taskaro, a thief, will enter into the house of a rich man, risking his life, knowing he can be shot. Oh, but money, I have to get the money. Sevako, the military man, soldier of fortune, he goes off to make money and fights for some battle, some cause, some nationalistic cause or something. And the merchant crosses the ocean. So many ships, they sink in the ocean like that. So Prabhupada says in the purport there that money, money, sweeter than honey. So this is the condition of those who are bewildered by Lord Krishna's material energy, his material energy. Tribar gunamaya bhavir ebi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabijanit. If we don't know Krishna, we're living in the shadows. We're living in darkness. Tata pralinas tamasam mudho jonisu jayate. People don't know that at the time of death, all their sinful activities have to be addressed. The Yamadutas came to The man lying on the bed, surrounded by his family members, is, oh, my husband, oh, my father. They're all waiting for him to die so they can go on and trying to enjoy life. And the Yamadutas come, and they take his subtle body out of the gross body, and they take him on the royal road to hell, where there's dogs of hell barking and biting at him. The sun is burning him. The road, there's no water, and he's thirsty. And he's dragged down to the Yamasadana, the courtyard of death. Ahani ahani bhutani gachantiya yamalayam. Stasha savaram ichanti. That Maharaj Yudhisthira tells Yamaraj, Kimastaram ataparam, that the greatest wonder in the world is step by step, everyone is moving towards the courtyard of Lord Yamaraj. And the person is saying, I'm not next. Just like the animals are going into the slaughterhouse and they don't realize that they're next. So the material nature is the laws of material nature are very, very stringent. They're very stringent. Therefore, it is incumbent upon every human being to understand who they are and to study these pages of Srimad Bhagavatam and create a revolution in their lives, right? Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo yasmin pratishlokam avadavati api namanyantasya kuto nikaniyat shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadhava. That this pages of Bhagavatam given to us by the great acharyas, coming down from God himself, Sri Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was running around here, Nimai Pandit, and pulling down the Mayavadis who were meditating in the Ganga. He's tricking them. He has rejuvenated this Vaishnava parampara, and the great acharyas are giving us this wonderful knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ripened fruit of all the Vedic knowledge. We have to take it. We have to take it, absorb it fully, and give it to others. Otherwise, ayur harati vaipumsam udyanastanchayanaso tasyarte yachanonita uttamashoka vartaya. Both by the rising and setting, the sun decreases the life of everyone, except one who takes shelter and glorify Uttama Shloka, the Lord who is glorified by excellent prose. So it's a warning. You're wasting your life. The sun is going every day, and Cāṇakya Paṇḍita says you can't purchase with millions of dollars even one moment back. So we have to take it very seriously, this Krishna consciousness. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very merciful. He's giving us this simply chanting, Kila Kirtadat Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parambrajat. He's simply giving the chanting of this Maha Mantra, this powerful chanting, which will not only purify our hearts, but awaken this prema bhakti, this devotional love for the Supreme Lord. And Krishna is asking Arjuna, he's asking us, Yat kurushya dashnasi, yat jahosi dadasi, yat tapasvasi kuntaya, tat kurushma madarpanam. Whatever you do, you're a family person. Devahūti is very qualified. She's so qualified that God appears in her womb. It's pretty good. You know, the Lord appears in her womb. The Lord appears in the womb of Devaki. He's so merciful. He's Bhakta Vatsalya. He's won over. He's owned. He's the property of those who have given their hearts to him, given their devotion, full devotion. Bhaktistu ananyaya. Ananyaya, without any tinge of subtle or gross material desires. Ahamevam vidorjuna gyatum jastum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantava. Krishna shows Arjuna his two-armed form while on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And he says, it's only by this pure devotional service, no motivation whatsoever, no desire for recognition, for power over others, for followers, for sense gratification. Subtler grows. Pure devotional service, very, very rarely achieved, as described by Rupa Goswami. But Lord Chaitanya is trying to give it to us. One time, one disciple asked Prabhupada, what does it mean, causeless mercy? And Prabhupada poked him with this, said, this is causeless mercy, and he's poking him, take it, like that. So God has come to benefit us and bless us with His mercy, even though we're highly unqualified. We're not, born in pious families. Most of us Westerners are not born in a pious religious family. Kirata huninda pulinda pulka shambira shambai yavanaka. We're yavanas, flesh eaters. We like the taste of flesh. But still, the great devotees of the Lord are so merciful that they travel throughout the universe trying to deliver all types of conditioned souls. Simply requires sincerity. That yes, from today I surrender unto you. Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasyaite katita hiranta prakashante mahatmana. One who takes full faith in the words of the spiritual master, surrenders to the order of the spiritual master without any consideration, no condition, and who has full faith that Krishna is master, friend, and protector. Krishna will protect me. Bombs were falling in Calcutta and Prabhupada was chanting. He wasn't trying to go to a bomb shelter. He's okay. Krishna, if death comes, Krishna will take me back, like that. Abhayam, fearless. Krishna is my protector. Krishna is my friend. If you have a friend and he's very dear to you, then you won't betray him. You will try to please him at every moment. Cāṇakya Paṇḍita said, a real friend is one who helps you in illness, who helps you in financial difficulties. That is a real friend. So Krishna, in any situation, he is trying to help us go through our lives, go through our journey of devotional service. He is willing to help us. Srila Prabhupada used to say, just keep trying, Krishna will help you. Keep trying to spread the mission of the Lord, to follow the regulative principles of devotional service, to control the mind, control the senses. These are required. And we have all the tools available to please the spiritual master and please Krishna. The tools have been given to us. We simply have to take it seriously. Atoṣayat mahankaram nashrosasi vinakshasi. If you don't follow Bhagavad Gita and act out of false ego, I'm an advanced devotee now. I'm pretty great. Look at me. Look at what I've done for Srila Prabhupada, for ISKCON, whatever. This kind of egotistical mentality. Then Krishna says, Nashoshasi, if you don't listen to this Bhagavad Gita and follow it, then pranashit, you will be lost. You will be vanquished. So this is a great opportunity that we've been given to become Krishna conscious and distribute Krishna consciousness to the world. That is the secret of pleasing the spiritual master. Yasya prasada, Bhagavat prasado, yasya prasada, nakatikatopi. that by pleasing him, by developing our attachment to the holy name of the Lord, when Krishna appears on our tongue, we have to have a taste for that holy name. It's the backbone of our spiritual life, the holy name of the Lord. In the Harinam Chintamani, Haridas Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is quoting Haridas Thakur, that you have to avoid sadhu nindana, you have to avoid offenses to guru, guru nindan, and so on. But he says the root cause of all the other 9 offenses is to chant without focus, is to chant and let the mind wander here and there around the universe. And to minimize, therefore you're minimizing the importance of the holy name. So Haridas Thakur tells Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that attentive chanting is very, very important. And therefore, we have our Brahma Muhurta hour, where we rise early and we attend the Mangalarti, and then we, in association, we chant the holy names of the Lord with great focus. With great focus. Bhaktivinoda Thakur warns that sometimes while chanting, we're developing different types of desires. And this is dangerous. We become a little complacent about our spiritual life. Prabhupada quotes Bhaktisiddhanta in the chapter where Rupa Goswami is being instructed by Lord Chaitanya on devotional service. And there are many weeds that grow up around our devotional creeper. The weeds of jiva hinsa, envy. Envy is very, very dangerous. Envy of other devotees, envious of non-devotees even. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaro samadukat sukakshami. Krishna says, he who pleases me is free from envy. Even someone abuses me, I accept it. Oh, Krishna is testing me. Like Draupadi, she put her hands up. Krishna! She was angry. And of course we know that because she was offended by the Kauravas, all their wives became widows. Huh? So, Adveshta Sarvabhutani Maitra. A devotee is very friendly to everyone. Maitra Karuna Evacha, and very compassionate. So devotee's heart is very soft. Certainly, that heart, yet Ashma Shama Hridaya, Sukadeva Goswami says, that heart is steel-framed, which while chanting the holy names, some tears are coming, but the heart does not change. And in there, Prabhupada said, there are many pseudo-devotees, pseudo kind of sahajas, take things cheaply. And they go to Vrindavan, and they keep women, and they cheat, and they're crying, and all this. So the heart is steel-framed if we're chanting and we're not focusing that Krishna is there, dancing on our tongue. Radharani is there, Lord Ram is there, Balaram, the holy names, very powerful. And Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sharva Shaktis Tatarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala. Itadrisi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mama Pir Dudaivam Ijusami Hajani Nanaraga. Lord Chaitanya left us just these verses, that the holy name is full of all of Krishna's potencies. What does Krishna say? In the 15th chapter, he says, I enter into every planet and maintain their orbits. So Krishna may be the son of Maharaj Nanda, lying in the lap of Mother Yashoda, as Queen Kunti says, but you're the soul of the entire universe. She glorifies Krishna. How can I understand that you're lying in the lap of Mother Yashoda? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagada vyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani maite teshu chapyaham. He's spread everywhere, between the atom, in the atom, by his energy. He's the Supreme Lord. He's showing Arjuna that everything, creatures, big and small, upwards and downwards, everything is contained within his universal form. But he wants Arjuna to love him in Sakya-ras. Krishna wants to taste the pleasure of Sakya-ras, Vatsalya-ras, Madhurya-ras. That's what the real thing is. That's what really pleases Krishna. Mother Yashoda saw the universal form in his mouth, and she starts, oh my, you're the God of all gods, blah, blah, blah. Krishna got really bored. He covered her, Yogamaya. Come, Yogamaya, Purnamasi, come, cover her. Cover her. He wants to taste that maternal affection. That affection is the nature of femininity, Prabhupada says, perfected in the heart of Radharani. And Mother Yashoda, she has this maternal affection that she has to take care of Krishna, who is being embraced by the Kaliya serpent, and she's praying to the trees, thinking of them that they're great sages. She's gone a little crazy, and she's praying, please supply some nice herbs to some antidotes to neutralize the poisonous effect of Kaliya. Like this, it's completely in anxiety that my son is embraced in the coils of the Kaliya serpent. Oh, Krishna, he's the source of Sheshanaga. He's holding up all the universes on his hoods. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam Srimad urjitam evava tattat eva vagacha tvam mamo tejīyāṁsam sambhava. All these tejas, all these powers are just a spark of Lord Krishna's splendor. And he's simply asking us, chant my names with attention. Chant my names. Satatam kirtayantu mam mitantatmam yudavrataha. Masanchaschamam nityam nityuktu upaste. The Lord's devotees are constantly glorifying him 24/7. Glorifying Krishna, chanting his names, describing the wonderful qualities of Krishna, of God. His avatars, all his incarnations. This is what we're concerned about. We're not concerned about politics and this is going on, that is going on. All that is simply an assembly of crows. Crows like men, right? Talking about the economy, about this and that, some movie stars, some politics. That comes and goes. That is ephemeral. It's temporary, coming and going all the time. We're in the midst of Kali Yuga. So we have to be very, very careful and take shelter of the Lord and his great devotees. Naisham matistava durukarangrim sprishanyata. How's that go? Mahiya sampada rajobhishekam. We have to take the dust from the lotus feet of the great pure devotees of the Lord, because their words can purify our hearts and we become free from all anarthas, all misgivings, all misconceptions, all contaminations. Mahiya sampada rajobhishekam skinchananam navinitayavad. The great devotees of the Lord are without any desire because they're full of love for God. They only desire is to please Krishna, constantly remembering the Lord, serving the Lord. Nikunjayuna ratikela sidaye yayalibir yuktira pikshaniya. That they're serving Krishna in their original swarup. But externally, just like to Vrindavan, and he came to Shantipur, and Advaita Acharya was very pleased with Raghunath Das's father and uncle, Majumdaras, Govardhan and Hiranya, Majumdara. But Raghunath Das, he was born to do great things for Lord Chaitanya. And he heard from Haridas Thakur as a young man, a young boy, teenager, the glories of Lord Chaitanya. So eventually, Raghunath Das got permission to associate for 4, 5, 6, 7 days with Lord Chaitanya. And every day he was touching Lord Chaitanya's feet. He was allowed to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. And then he started trying to run away every day. I want to get out of here. And his father kept some guards and some caretakers and some cooks. He had 11 people watching him. And every time he ran away, they'd grab him, bring him back like this. So Lord Chaitanya said there, he said, don't act like a crazy fellow. Externally, do your service, do your duties, your household affairs. Internally, you can remember me. You can think of me. In this way, he said, Marakata Varage. Don't be a monkey. Marakata Varage. Don't be a Marakat Varagi. Just rejecting everything and running here and there. Prabhupada said that's artificial renunciation. That if you're in any situation you're in, you can use it in the service of Krishna and maintain the principles of Bhakti Yoga. Maharaj Prataparuja was very wealthy. He had many, many beautiful wives, so much gold, so much power, but he was a pure devotee of the Lord. Who is he? He's Indradumna Maharaj from the previous millennia. So, like that, externally, one may seem to be a materialistic person, but internally, we're always serving the Lord, remembering the Lord. This is the magic of Bhakti Yoga. Anasaktasya vishayan yatarham upayunjataha. Nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagyam uchyate. Rupa Goswami is guiding us. He's the father of devotional service, and we are Rupa Nugas. We're followers of Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, great devotees. And even Lord Chaitanya went and met Rupa and Sanatan in Ramakeli after telling Raghunath Das, don't act like a crazy fellow. Krishna will bring you to me eventually. Krishna will show you how to escape. When he met Rupa and Sanatan, they were very humble. They put straw in their mouth, wrapped their necks with ropes, and they offered their obeisances. And Sanatan Goswami, people say I'm very learned, they're big ministers, very powerful, wealthy ministers. They had boatloads of gold. How much is a boatload of gold? It's a lot of, probably trillions. But they advised Lord Chaitanya that you have hundreds and thousands of followers. They're following you to Vrindavan. This is not the way to go to Vrindavan. So they advised him, no, this is not good. And he got as far as Kanai Natashala. And then he turned back and he went back to Jagannath Puri. Because they had humbly given, oh, my dear Lord, you're being followed by lakhs and lakhs of people. The roads were full of holes because people would take the dust that his feet had touched. They were digging it up and bathing in it. And all the roads had huge holes in them and big fanfare. So Lord Chaitanya decided, I'll go quietly another time through Jharkhand. Through the Jharkhand forest, I'll go with Balabhadra Bhattacharya and another Brahmin and like that. So, this verse is describing the qualities of a chaste woman, basically, Devahūti. And she's setting the example for women of the world. Women have to be, Prabhupada says in many places, Cāṇakya Paṇḍita, he quotes Cāṇakya Paṇḍita, they have to be protected by father, then husband, then sons. Because this is the, as Kapila Dev says, female is like pot of a fire, like some fire. And the male is like pot of butter. If it gets too close, it's going to melt. And that's how Krishna keeps the all these living entities, all these souls completely mesmerized. pasyame balavan pasyam mayaya streamayo jaino dishat yat karoti padakrantam bhuvi drimbena kevalam. Kapila tells Devahūti, just see my powerful Maya in the form of a woman. Just by the raising of her eyebrows, even those who conquer all 10 directions become conquered by her and fall at her feet. Then in the Purport, Prabhupada says, Julius Caesar, he conquered the entire world, but then he went to Cleopatra, offered his, like this, controlled by the charms of a young, beautiful woman. And he also quotes Napoleon, talks about Napoleon being overwhelmed. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sets the example with Chota Haridas. He didn't do a very big offense, but Lord Chaitanya wanted to show that those who are in the renounced order of life have to be beyond, above suspicion, above, in any situation, above suspicion. Or else otherwise, in the Purport, Prabhupada says, leaders of our movement in acharyas will tarnish the image of the Vaishnava movement if they're careless. So very, very strong directive given there. So fortunately, if one is benefited with a devotee wife, good wife, who is Krishna conscious, then in family life is very, very nice, very peaceful. And the goddess of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is living in the house. That's Cāṇakya Paṇḍita's quote, that if there's peace and harmony within the house, the husband is considered like the guru of the household. And Prabhupada said, the natural tendency of a woman is to serve her husband. Natural tendency, of course now we have women's lib. Because Prabhupada said men are very intelligent, so they say, you take liberation, you take independence, and then they exploit them. And he said, then when you get pregnant, you have to go and beg from the government. That's a statement by Prabhupada. So yeah, so it's the system of Varnashram is there to contain and guide us and regulate our lives as grihastas, and the other 3 ashrams are completely celibate. So I'll stop there, and thank you very much for your lending your ears, and hopefully something of value was said. Janmastami ki.
Thank you again for such a wonderful class, Kripanidhi Prabhu. The question I have, the internal energy of the Lord usually described as Sat-Chit Ananda, and Srimati Radharani represents Ananda. She's the pleasure-giving potency. And you were talking about how the feministic, or the feminist, what's the word? How women, wives are, provide the feminine kind of energy.
Feminine quality, nature.
Taking care. And so can you connect that with the pleasure-giving potency, the Ladini Shakti? I guess that kind of keeps us in devotional service if we're experiencing the bliss. That's one thought that occurs to me. Gives us the strength to persevere.
Yeah, well, woman is considered to be a fort where one can protect himself from sense gratification and the temptations of the material world, which is always there. So that's the strength. If a fort, it's a great metaphor, because a fort protects the village, the town, the townspeople, everyone. So the good wife is compared to a fort, right? As far as the pleasure goes, of course, the wife is giving nice prasadam and children for the husband. In the old days, the kings always had to have a son to carry on the tradition and the kingdom and so on. So it supplies sons that'll inherit the kingdom and so on. It's like Narottam Das Thakur. His father said, really wanted a son and he wasn't getting one. Finally, he got Narottam Das. Anyway, yeah, as far as Ananda goes, if everyone is focused on Krishna in the center and chanting his holy name in the household and worshiping, Prabhupada said, worshiping Shalagram or, the deities, Gornitai or whatever, then there's so much, the real Ananda is there. So the wife is keeping the house very nice, clean, fragrant, beautiful. That is her nature. So the husband gets peace of mind.
So my question was, you were saying that Srimati Radharani represented that wifely characteristic of caring.
Yeah, that's mentioned by Prabhupada in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So that, so the caring, that we just experience so much happiness, so much pleasure in Krishna consciousness, we won't wander
off.
What's that?
We won't wander off into the ocean of birth and death.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay.
For today's class. These qualities, it was on my phone, but I lost it, that the Devahūti is aspiring to obtain these qualities as a perfect wife. I'm reading these qualities. I don't know one male-bodied devotee that has these qualities. Not one in ISKCON yet. Totally free from envy. Totally free from vanity. Totally free from this. Totally free from that. So, this is not just for the women to aspire to. These qualities is for every Vaishnav to aspire to. Now, if the wife achieves these qualities and the husband does not, then what is your advice?
For the male?
I'm just saying, if the wife ends up being more advanced spiritually, that's an interesting situation that may or may not arise.
Yeah, that may happen in the case of Yamuna. Prabhupada advised Guru Das. He wrote a letter. I read that letter because we were neighbors with Yamuna in Sharanagati. She was there for 10 years. And Prabhupada said, don't mind, but Yamuna is very advanced devotee. And you can take guidance from her, advice from her, something like, I'm just ad-libbing. So there's one case. Yeah.
She does not need a GBC. That's how advanced she is. So there are unusual devotees that rise to levels that they themselves have to be satisfied with their own private devotion. It's not like they have to go through some.
You can give him the mic. Yeah, there's definitely unique women in our movement. And Prabhupada said if a woman goes to medical school and qualifies as a medical doctor, she's a doctor. So we don't look at it from, this tradition, just, obscure Vedic quote, the women, Prabhupada said it. If woman is qualified, striyo vaishastata sujos tepi yanti param, she can guide people back to the lotus feet of Krishna. Yamuna had many sannyasis and gurus coming to visit her in Sharanagati. People that we all know, very famous people. And they would, want her association. Like that. So there's no qualification or disqualification that, you're in this type of body or that, this is the point. And as Ramaswamy was saying, many of us men, we have to work on these qualities also, you know, as he's emphatically pointing out. That we all have to work on ourselves, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that, you know, you take this verse, Trinada Pisanecana, and you string it on the beads of the holy name, because we have to always try to recognize our weaknesses or our, you know, vulnerabilities. We may feel very strong, but we're in Maya's domain. At any moment, there can be an accident or something. Maya could be coming to throw something at you. We're not Haridas Thakur, you know, where Maya came and tried to, you know, what's the word, seduce him or whatever, and he was simply chanting. No, you know, he's the Acharya, Namacharya, but you can see the power of the holy names, and we have to take shelter of that in a state of mind of humility and tolerance, so we can last in Krishna consciousness all the way to the time of death, you know. And the history shows that, you know, not, you know, women are lusty in this. No, so are men. And greedy and whatever else. Thank you, Ramaswar Prabhu. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu?
Thank you for very nice class, Prabhu. My question is, you said bombs were... Can you hear me? Okay. You said bombs were falling in city of Kolkata, and Prabhupada was mentioned that, you know, Krishna will protect me, and he did not go to shelter. So similarly, we can apply the same theme to in our life. You know, a lot of people are having, you know, let's say cardiac problem, and they can say Krishna will protect me, and they will not go to, you know, for a stunt or, you know, some cardiac surgery. Is that correct thing, or should we do that, or should we not do that, or what is your thought in that scenario?
That's a very controversial question. I see that some leaders, they have facility that they get a lot of medical help. I remember Prabhupada saying, don't keep me in the hospital, get me out of here. And Ramaswar can testify that they were taking him out of the hospital. He had a stroke, I believe. And Ramananda was, you know, they were taking him out, and everyone was threatening, oh, he's going to die, this man's, you know. He said, get me out of here. So in one sense, Prabhupada also said, don't put me in hospitals. You know, let me leave my body, let me go in samadhi in Vrindavan, you know, like that. It depends on the choice of the devotee, I suppose. You know, some...
Would it not considered suicide in that case?
Good point, good point.
If you're not having devotees living in that hospital room, then don't go in the hospital. After you're well, get out. But don't plan a hospital room for your place of disappearance unless devotees have joined you to chant nonstop and read and be with you. Otherwise, pick a different place where you want to die. So-called die. Hare Krishna.
It's unfortunate. I know very senior devotees where I'm from, and you know, we have to be very careful in this regard. In the West, the government can take, if you don't write a will, they can decide and dictate what you're going to happen to you. So this one very well-known devotee, her name is Padyavali. Her non-devotee relatives took her out of the temple, put her in an old age home, and she's very little association. We weren't only allowed to come visiting the hours. And she was forbidden. They had written something, got some government thing. So we have to be careful and make a will. I want to die surrounded by devotees chanting Hare Krishna. Or some devotees may, I want to die in the holy dham. I know one devotee came from Canada and he left his body here in the holy dham. Devotees were chanting for him. So that, like Ramaswami Prabhu was saying, make sure you're surrounded by Vaishnavas. Whatever, if you're going for medical help and they're sticking tubes all over you and they want to give you a few more months of life, then make sure devotees are also chanting intensely while you're going all this, let's save him, let's save him. It's a controversial issue. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You said Krishna is our friend and protector. Like sometimes I feel like I'm not able to comprehend that Krishna is being merciful at me. Like it's like suppose I'm walking in a desert, I'm really like I need water, and then Krishna gives me half a bottle of water, just enough to not let me dehydrate, but I'm not staying hydrated either, and it's not at all quenching my thirst, but just enough to keep me alive. So I mean, yes, in one sense it seems like it is Krishna's mercy, but it sometimes I just get frustrated, like when things happen to me in life like that. Like
He's saying, I told him that Krishna is their friend and protector.
yeah,
And if he's walking in the desert and he's really dehydrated, but Krishna just gives him a little bit of water.
yeah, just to keep me alive.
Krishna knows what's best for you. And I've seen in many cases where devotees are struggling and so on, and Krishna does something which may look like an obstacle on his journey or adverse situation. The Pandavas' examples are there, adverse situations. But ultimately, Krishna does whatever's best for your spiritual strengthening. He wants you to become so strong in your faith that, at the time of death, you may not want to die at that time, but you have to be strong enough to remember the Lord. That's the most important event that you're moving towards.
And in that situation,
Krishna knows what you require. Yeah, that's what the point. No, that's the point. Like chanchala himana, the mind is very chanchala, and our faith as beginning devotees, our faith is not super strong. When you saw Srila Prabhupada, there was just so much deep, intense faith in Krishna consciousness and Krishna and how he's spreading this movement is unbelievably powerful. The faith is the essence, So Krishna is going to try and strengthen your faith. He won't do it so that you break down and say, I've had enough, it's too much. Krishna knows exactly how much you require to gradually bring you to stronger and stronger faith and dependence on him. But he, like Ramaswami is saying, he knows exactly how much you can take and how much is required and how to guide you. Krishna is guiding us constantly. If we decide out of a whim, I've had enough, Hare Krishna, look at all the faults in the movement, blah, 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 and you give up your faith and you go skedaddling away, then what can Krishna do? It's like if you abuse the holy name too many times, Krishna won't protect you. Very dangerous. So we have to keep our sacred vows and our sacred commitment to the Krishna and his name, Otherwise, if you keep, doing foolish things and whimsical things, you become whimsical, and then one day Krishna, oh sorry, I tried, and now you have to undergo some suffering and so on. So the question is how much, Krishna sees how much faith we have in him, and he's guiding us that way. And he helps us. We have to be non-duplicitous. That is the big thing. Non-duplicitous. I'm showing one thing, I'm such a devotee, but internally I'm harboring all kinds of sinful desires or envy or all these different things. It's called duplicity. But devotee is very simple, so he has to be honest with himself and others. Honesty means transparency, means being authentic. And if you're authentic and transparent, whatever struggles you have, Krishna will help you. He's God. He's your well-wisher, much more than you're your own well-wisher. And so he guides us and helps us. But we have to be authentic, non-duplicitous. Very important. Devotee is simple. And I think it's time to go. I'm very sorry.